welcome to my channel, and today I'm going to be doing my March TBR. So as you'll see in my February wrap up, I had an awful month. I did not get through half the books that I wanted to. So this March TBR will be a lot of the books from the February TBR that I didn't get to, just because I need to get them read. So I'm just going to get straight on into it, and I'm sorry if these books have been mentioned before. First book I really want to read is Wolf by Wolf by Ryan Groudin. So I almost picked this up in February about 2 or 3 times, but I decided to read something else because in my head I know I'm going to like this, so I'd rather get through the books that I'm not too sure about and then save this until last. This is an historic fiction. All I know about it is that it's set in World War II and it's kind of like an alternate history. All I know is that on the blurb it says she has just one mission to kill Hitler, and that's just what sold it for me, so I cannot wait to give this a read. I think after I've read my book I'm currently reading, this will be next on the list. Then I want to read another YA historic fiction, and that's by Gaslight by Stephen Price. Again, I've been saving this until the end of my YA purge, just because in my head, again, I think I'm going to like it. It's set in 1885 London. I think it's got a murder, I think it's quite dark, and I really hope I'm going to like it. YA historic fiction is amazing, so I think that's why I've kind of left Wolf by Wolf and by Gaslight to the end of my YA list. So yeah, I cannot wait to get this read. Then I want to read a new release that I got in February, and that's The Wicked Comet by Laura Carlin. So I want to get this read in March just so I can maybe review it depending on what I think after I've read it. And again, all I know about this is that it's set in Victorian London and it's meant to be quite dark. I think there might be a murder, but I'm not 100% sure. I just got this because the way Alex at Alex's Fiction Addiction has described it, it sounded really interesting and my kind of thing. And also the cover is really pretty, even the back as well. I just loved it. So this might be more of a cover buy, but I really hope I'm going to love it. Then I really need to read Some Kind of Wonderful by Giovanna Fletcher. So this has been on quite a few TBRs, but I've just never picked it up, and I have no idea why. Like I said before, I love Giovanna Fletcher. I've had this since November and I have no idea why I have not picked it up. I think, again, I have said before, it's because I'm not 100% sure what it's about, and I have just prioritised other books like all the YA just to get that off my shelf. But once my YA is done, I'll be able to give this a read, and I hopefully will enjoy it. I hopefully it'll be worth the wait, because I do love Giovanna Fletcher and I just have no idea why I haven't picked it up yet. And then I need to read The Woman in Cabin 10 by Ruth Ware. Like every single book on this TBR, you're probably fed up of me saying this, but I've had this for ages. I got this the same day I got Wolf by Wolf at the Oxfam shop that's local, and I've heard lots about this. People say it's really good, but recently thrillers haven't been agreeing with me. Some of them haven't been as good as I've expected. I've heard so much about this that I really hope it's really good. I'm not 100% sure what it's about. I think it's just about a woman in cabin 10 that goes missing. So yeah, I can't wait to give this a read and get it out of the way. And also, as you know, I am reading the Plantagenet and Tudor novels by Philippa Gregory, and I'm trying to read one every month. I read The Lady of the Rivers in January, White Queen in February, which means in March it's The Turn of the Red Queen by Philippa Gregory. And this one follows Margaret Beaufort. She is basically Henry Tudor's mother, and it's all about his rise to power and how the Tudors come into power. And I just love seeing them cross over. So in The White Queen, Margaret Beaufort was mentioned quite a bit, so I like to see things from her side. This is the reread because I've read the Cousins War part of it before, and I remember this being the worst of them, just because Margaret is quite religious and she is a bit more boring compared to the other women in this series. So I'm going to give it a reread. Hopefully, because I'm a bit older, I'll like it a bit more, because last time I read these, I think it was 2014, 2015, I'm too sure, so it is a while ago. But yeah, this is one that I'm going to definitely get round to because I don't want to spoil the road that I'm on, because I'm doing quite good. Then audiobook wise, I'm not 100% sure what I want to read, so I'm going to give it a choice of 2. And I either want to listen to Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte or Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte, because I need to get more into my classics. and I think audiobooks are the way to go, just because sometimes with classics I don't really get into the language. So I'm going to get an audiobook of one of these. I don't know which one it will be. I know I already have 1 credit for February because I bought Tower of Dawn instead of using a credit. So I might end up getting both of them, one with my February credit and one with my March credit, so I'm going to see how that goes. That's my March TBR. It is quite ambitious to say that February was an awful month, to be honest, but I'm hopefully going to stick to it. Hopefully March will be a better month, because basically it's The Cruel Prince. It was so awful, it put me into a reading slump for February, but you'll find out more about that in my wrap up in my next video. So I will see you later with a new video. Bye!